10. Dan Lawson, the 88.
Lights are out for the Thunder Bombers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 Thunder Bombers getting ready to go green. Field being reminded about the orange stripe. Cannot go before it. Thunder Bombers carry into turn 3. Field into the hands of Tinker Roberts. Green flag is out for our first main of the night. Tinker Roberts will lead them down as Casey Lawson thinking about 3 wide there for the second spot. Pulley, the man in the middle, as they do go 3 wide for that second spot. Grant Burton able to escape with the third spot as Casey and Porkchop will both drop back 1. Field starting to settle down and get single file as contact further back. One car noses into the inside wall. It looks like it is the 6. No, the 6 of Clay Crowder's out there. That is the 10 of David Baker, who nosed it into the inside wall. And he did get a little bit of damage there for the 10, but the yellow is out. Porkchop Pulley, Grant Burton, Casey Lawson, Chris Lyons, Clay Crowder, Colton Miller, Dylan Chappell, Reggie Twing, then Don Hyatt, Dan Lawson. Dan's got a long way to go through this Thunder Bomber field to defend that win from a week ago. And if you missed the interview with Dan last week, he has won 4 out of the last 6 Thunder Bomber mains here at Lawrence. So that 88 has some work to do from the rear of the field. Lights are out. Field being reminded of the orange stripe once more. Roberts and Baker. That's Bo Baker, the B11 on the front row. David Baker in the 10 is off the track as the field hits the gas and early on the start. So let's try it again. Pulley, Baker, Bo Baker, now the front row. The 75 new challenger, Porkchop Pulley, has entered the ring. Tinker Roberts, Grant Burton will now make up row 2. Field will go into the hands of Pulley, past the orange stripe. On the 75, green flag is out for the Thunder Bombers. Cars go into turn 1, Baker into the turn 1 wall, and they are 4 wide there. Grant Burton gets into the bumper of Roberts. Roberts spins down to the inside. Everybody scatters, and that should have been a lot worse. Clay Crowder and Colton Miller also got together further back in a separate incident, but the yellow flag back out again on the opening lap. Porkchop Pulley, Bo Baker once again will assume the front row. Tinker Roberts, Grant Burton, Casey Lawson, Chris Lyons, Clay Crowder, Colton Miller, Dylan Chappell, Reggie Twing, Don Hyatt, Dan Lawson. The rest of the field into the hands of the 75. Into turn 4, Porkchop Baker fire, green flag back out. Field into turn 1, Porkchop gets turned. He collides with Burton. They get him settled down 3 wide off turn 2 there with Burton, the man in the middle. They're 3 wide with Chappell further back in the middle. They get that sorted out, and into turn 3 they go. Everybody spreads out as they will come to the line. Bo Baker will lead the first lap. Dan Lawson, Dylan Chappell trying to charge their way through the field. They've gotten around Twing and Hyatt. Their next target will be the 437, Chris Miller. Side by side for second now. Here comes Porkchop looking to the inside of Roberts. They get together as Roberts throws the block. They settle him down. And caution out in turn 4. Cars getting together as the 17 of Chappell was already spun sideways and Reggie Twing nowhere to go in the 5. Then Chris Lyons round out the top 5. Casey Lawson, Clay Crowder, Dan Lawson, Don Hyatt, Dylan Chappell in the 17. Ready to rock and roll for the rest of these 10 laps here as Baker into turn 3. Green flag is back out for the Thunder Bombers. And here comes Tinker Roberts, and there's a spin further back. Grant Burton goes around and collects Chris Lyons as he goes off the nose of the 314. And that one starting as they were coming up to speed, quietly making his way up to the top 5. Dan Lawson, Don Hyatt, Grant Burton, Casey Lawson, the rest of the field as the green flag once again comes back out. See if we can make it off turn 4 this time. We have some contact further back. Everybody able to get away clean. And into turn 1 and 2 we go. Bo Baker will continue to lead. As a top three forming a breakaway now. Pork Chop Pulley going after the 42 of Roberts. Field making their way off turn 4 this time. Bo Baker continues to lead. They're side by side for the second spot. Pulley and Roberts there trade a little bit of paint. Roberts able to hang on to the second spot. Casey Lawson trying to find a way around Don Hyatt further back in the battle for 7th. They bounce off one another. Casey able to get by, move the C4 up to the 7th position. As Bo Baker still out in front. Dan Lawson, he's making a charge up through the field. And now Grant Burton going to go to work on Hyatt there, trying to move to the outside. Hyatt slides up the hill. Burton has to check up as the hole closed up. And now here comes Dan Lawson. He's going to take a peek underneath Clay Crowder in the 6. Lawson trying to get the momentum he needs off the corner as cars beating and banging further back. Don Hyatt and Grant Burton body slamming one another for the 8th spot. Race leaders, Bo Baker, Tinker Roberts, furiously fending off the 3rd place charge from Pork Chop there in that spot. They got a great battle going on back there for 8th. It is Grant Burton all but pushing Don Hyatt into the turns. They might be hooked together. Now they managed to get them separated. Dan Lawson still working over Clay Crowder here for that spot. Pork Chop looking left, looking right. He is looking all over Tinker Roberts, but cannot find a way around. Dan Lawson has finally got around the 6 of Crowder. Yellow back out. And there is some debris. I see some up high in turn 2. Having to hold on through this marathon. Tinker Roberts 2nd. Pork Chop Pulley 3rd. Chris Lyons, Dan Lawson the top 5. Then it's Clay Crowder, Casey Lawson, Grant Burton, Don Hyatt the rest of the field. As they will come around to take the green this time. Need 5 more laps to go in the books. Bo Baker leading them off 4-1. Again, that top 3 forming up a breakaway as they start to pull away from Chris Lyons, who might have to deal with Dan Lawson about a lap or 2. As a 3-14 get ready to face off against the 88. Bo Baker leads them off for 4 here. As Tinker Roberts right up to the back bumper of your race leader, Baker. Great run for the 42, trying to find an open lane. And he's got the 75 of Pulley right there, ready to capitalize if they get crossed up. Chris Lyons up the hill. Here comes Dan Lawson in the battle for 4th. Lawson able to complete the pass down the front into turn 1. Lyons trying to cross over. Not going to be able to do it. Dan gets a run off of turn 2 and hangs on to the 4th spot. Still that 3-car fight raging on up front. Pork Chop having to chase the car up the hill. He settles the 75 back down. 2 more laps to go for Bo Baker. Company right on his heels, though. It is Roberts and Pulley trying to track down Bo Baker. White flag getting ready to come out. 3-car fight for your race lead off turn 4. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Bo Baker by about a car length and a half. Into turn 1. Roberts up to the back bumper. Falls back as he chases it up the hill slightly. Baker pulls out to a 2-car lengths now. Going into turn 3. 1 more throw at it by Roberts. He slides up the hill. Here comes Pulley. Going to try and make a move for a second. But off turn 4 to the checkers. Bo Baker, your main event winner. Tinker Roberts 2nd. Pork Chop Pulley 3rd. Dan Lawson makes his way up to 4th. Chris Lyons in 5th. And it's Casey Lawson 6th. Clay Crowder 7th. Grant Burton, Don Hyatt to complete the 9-lap field. That was on track. Behind Hyatt, you got Reggie Twing, Dylan Chappell, Colton Miller, all mixed up in that lap 2 caution.